Hello, hello. Welcome to Weather Weenies. It has been a while since I've been here, but
Long
it is
time no weenie.
it's Friday. I had to check what the date is. August 21st.
Yeah.
I think I haven't been here for a month.
This might be your first August appearance.
I would think so. And when I say haven't been here, I've been working.
You've been working.
I just have
a
not
lot.
been. Yeah, honestly, yes. I just have not been here in the Weather Weenies studio at 3:30 p.m.
A lot of Todd fill-in.
Yes, it's a lot of 3:30 a.m. that I'm in this
Yeah.
building, but 3:30 p.m. I'm not getting ready for bed that early, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we
you
get
know
it.
what
Yeah. Well, happy to be chatting on a Friday, and it's a busy one
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
There's a lot of things to talk about, but none of them are huge or consequential.
Yeah.
They're just there.
It's just it's like a little rain to navigate over the weekend.
Exactly. And I mean, today was so nice. You said that
So
you were out and about. today?
Yeah, I went out I try to play with my 2-year-old when I can.
very
Yeah, so
nice.
she loves it. She likes to put her feet in the water. It's chilly, but I guess 2-year-olds, they don't care.
I mean, if she likes it, then
She
it's
likes
fine.
it. Yeah, but no, if the humidity was down, there were a few clouds drifting around, but it was really nice out there. Yeah.
Yeah, when I sort of made a joke that when I came in to do the noon, just in the parking lot, I was like, oh, it's a little bit cloudy. And when I came in and looked at the visible satellite, it was the only place in the whole state
Yeah.
that was cloudy. I was like, oh, okay, it's
Yeah.
just over me.
Most of the state looks, aside from a few fair weather cumulus, pretty sunny. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when the fair weather cumulus clouds pop up, I know it's not technically sunny, but to me that is also sunny.
I mean, people out there are probably thinking today was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Send us an email if you disagree.
Yeah, if you disagree,
Actually,
I'll send one back if you do. Yeah.
yeah. Oops. I clicked the wrong button. Now
It's going to be cold tonight.
hold on. Hold on. There we go. Okay. That's what happens when you go on autopilot and you just click the space bar.
Yeah, one too many times. Yeah.
Yes. So there's sort of two things we got going on here. Low over Cape Cod, low over the Great Lakes, and they're going to interact.
There might be another one, over the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, that one is kind of an extension
Yeah.
of the one over the
Yeah,
Great Lakes.
yeah. It's a mess.
We both drew our surface maps a little bit differently. They mean the same thing. Mine is just
It'll come
okay.
back. Yeah, the screen's
Yeah.
being weird. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen.
No one saw it, but
No one
even
saw it
yeah.
except for me. Stop. Yeah, every once in a while the computer just goes black.
It's
Oh my gosh.
doing it a lot today. Well, we can see it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way that I drew my surface map involves a lot more parts, and I feel when you look at this, you're like, wow, this is so complicated. But then you look at the actual forecast that ends up happening or that will happen, and it's not that crazy.
But I mean, it's just rain moves in late Saturday, and then Sunday is kind of hit and miss stuff.
Yeah, more numerous.
Yeah.
I think on Sunday.
Definitely.
I really like this graphic.
You like
I think
that?
I
Okay.
do like this.
Yeah.
I think it details well sort of what to expect. If you look at that, you're like, yeah, Sunday is going to be rainier than Saturday.
Yes.
And I think that rings true.
Agreed. The clouds are going to thicken up tomorrow too, and I think by if you're out and about, for example, and maybe you're visiting and you were here today and you're like, wow, it's so nice. Tomorrow isn't going to it's going to be cool, I think. Mid 60s later in the afternoon.
But then also humid.
Yeah.
So I don't know how necessarily cool it's actually going to feel.
You don't think so? Yeah.
I think the humidity makes a difference. When our dew points are in the 50s today, getting back into the 60s tomorrow, it might feel maybe not exactly the same as today, but
No.
it'll
It's not going to feel today is great.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is going to be meh.
meh. If
Yeah.
you and this clouds also increase from south to north.
Yep.
They go whoop. Yeah, and then there's an isolated shower chance Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. I think it's going to be just more cloudy.
Yeah. It's the coverage doesn't really ramp up, I think, till after the daytime is over.
Yeah, start to getting later, and then overnight And then Sunday morning, that's where you could also get like some of those like embedded thunderstorms. Yep. Like the Storm Prediction Center has us in like a general thunderstorm risk. And then every time this flashes, I like
look it's doing it a lot
and like panic a little bit that it's gonna break. I'm glad that this only does it in here because like this computer is connected to the computer that we have, or one of the computers we have in the weather center. That one doesn't do that.
No, there must be some cord in here that's like on its last.
Well, once engineering is done replacing all the clocks in the newsroom, maybe I'll ask.
Are they doing that right now? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they changed one of the clocks, and I didn't really realize, but I looked at it and I was like, something like looks different.
I think
it now has seconds on it.
Which one is it?
The one like over some of the reporter desks that you can see in the shot.
Yeah, I think I noticed that too.
If you look back there today, the clock is different. It now has seconds and it's red instead of yellow.
Now there's no excuse for anyone to be late.
Well, that's true. Sometimes in the mornings when like every second counts, I look up there and I'm like, I hope that's like the 27 at the beginning of the minute and not the end of the minute.
Exactly, yes.
Now you'll know. But yeah, rain showers or rumbles of thunder. I think for Sunday, the Storm Prediction Center has like southern New Hampshire and like a chance of like thunderstorm wind gusts. I think the chances of us getting anything like crazy like that are fairly low.
Yeah. Did you see did the WPC still have an excessive rainfall outlook for us? We were like, it was the low end, the margin.
That's a good question.
I can't remember. It was yesterday. It was there.
Even there is not one for Saturday that
like
I
the
know.
rain totals don't look overly impressive. Like we talked right when I came in, how is it looking today? And it's lower than what we were thinking yesterday.
Okay, a little bit.
So isn't that surprising given what the modeling is spitting out on numbers?
It almost should be flip flopped.
Yes,
like have it over down east Maine instead of western.
That's interesting though, isn't it? It's the forecast though. Like going back to Wednesday, it has been all over the place. These little lows that are trying to spin up in the Gulf of Maine, like. Yesterday, some of the modeling did bring them into western Maine. Today, they're more eastern Maine. And it's just been like kind of like a windshield wiper type effect with where are they going to go. And it's just hard to be precise, especially when you see an excessive rain outlook that is different than where we're thinking the heaviest stuff will be.
And all of the model outputs have some version of this. Like the actual rainfall amounts differ depending on which one you look at. But in general, they're all saying that down east Maine will have the most, western Maine will have the least. It's interesting also because like some element of this is like partially an upper level low, which are historically
the big one west.
The big one west, exactly. Which are historically like hard for models to really pin down. And I wonder like if that's part of it. I know that for a good part of this summer, we're missing a lot of like balloon launches out west. I was reading up about that recently, which does greatly impact model ability.
Like the quality isn't as good. You're not getting, you're sampling way less. So what is it, the saying? Bad data in, bad data out?
Yeah, I would describe it using like a traffic thing. So like say you're like, oh, I need to go visit my grandma. And when I wake up in the morning and I check the traffic, everything looks fine. And we're going to get there in 20 minutes. Then you get in the car at noon, you leave, and it takes you 40 minutes to get to grandma's house. And you're like, what? I checked this morning and it said it was going to be fine. Well, you were using old data. So
there was an accident. They put up construction. Yeah.
Exactly. So at 8 a.m., the traffic looked fine. At 12 p.m., it wasn't. So in the case of the models, if we're getting that data from 12 hours ago, 16 hours ago, we don't know what's changed between 16 hours ago to now. And we can't forecast with something that we don't know exists. Sort of like when the wildfire smoke came in.
That's
the
one. That's
like
the one.
We couldn't have forecasted how the wildfire smoke would impact our enhanced risk of severe weather because we didn't know that there were fires.
Yeah. That one was just, that
one was crazy.
That one, at least there was like a definite reason.
Yeah, it was like this didn't.
We just couldn't see it
because of this. Yeah. It also made at least me feel better. Be like, okay, like that wasn't my fault.
No, I don't. And people could see that it was smoky out. Like you could see the haze. So you know, it's just that was just kind of a bummer of a forecast. But
yeah, I mean, like it worked out because we didn't get
you don't want severe
or like hail, but when you don't want it to also not happen when you say it's going to because of confidence.
Yeah.
Well,
crying wolf, I guess. Is that we don't want to be doing that. Yeah.
And in most cases, like that doesn't happen, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want severe weather.
No.
And we don't want to be wrong either, but whatever.
Exactly. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword there. All right. We've hit our 10-minute mark. Basically, rain this weekend is like the moral of that story.
Yeah, like Sunday, like you said, the more active day.
Yeah. So some rain this weekend. Hopefully you got out and enjoyed today.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, weatherweenies@newscentermaine.com. And... Oh, it's Friday. So
I'm just pointing, yeah.
Oh, I was like, you're like ready to hit a button that doesn't exist.
Like, we're done? Yeah, okay.
And done.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, so this will take you through the weekend, and who knows? Maybe I'll be back next week. Maybe I won't. I have to check my schedule.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye.